went down. It's your favorite host, the most one only Trey Dollars. We are reporting live from the track. I'm here with my special guest host, Miss Jasmine. And we are introducing Mr. Jermaine Griffin. Welcome, welcome.
What's happening?
Welcome.
Reporting live from the track, baby.
Welcome.
One of my favorite places. Used to be.
Welcome, welcome.
What's going on?
So Miss Jasmine's gonna take over.
So, Jermaine Griffin, tell me about who you are. Who is Jermaine Griffin, or if you go by something else, who are you?
I had an AKA Griff Grimey. That's more like the rap side of me. Jermaine Griffin is more the songwriter side of me. Jermaine Griffin can go anywhere with the creativity.
Right.
Only because I had Jermaine Griffin got a very vivid imagination, which helps me create.
Okay. So, this Griff Grimey, who is he?
Woo! Griff Grimey is the rap guy, man, from Delaware, from the 302.
Shout out to the 302.
What the fuck y'all know about that shit?
I've been out there, man.
Oh yeah?
I've been out there.
So yeah, man, so Griff Grimey from the 302, man, just a nigga that grew up in some real hard shit, probably like anybody else. But you know, Griff Grimey ain't have no electric at times. Griff Grimey ain't have no windows at times. Griff Grimey might have had some holes in the roof at times. Griff Grimey might have had some roaches crawling at times.
Real good at that.
Griff Grimey might have had some shit going on all the time.
It be like that in the track.
Griff Grimey's father was murdered. You know what I'm saying?
At what age was he murdered?
My pops died when he was 23.
How old were you?
I was 4.
So how did the murder of your father, shape who you are today, as Griff and as Jermaine?
I mean, it shaped me because I just always try to remember the little bit of memory that I have of him. And it was always on some old, not really some tough shit, but on some, I'm training you this shit to survive in life.
So at an early age, he instilled life lessons in you.
Yeah.
And you were able to carry on into adulthood.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just, you know, what he instilled mostly though is, because he wasn't around to instill.
Okay.
So when I walk the streets and I hear stories about him, that is motivation too, because people always, you know, they got good and bad to say, you know what I'm saying? But like, just hearing what kind of dude he was, it's like, yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
So with the kind of dude, as you say, he was, and the kind of person that you were able to become, what have you done from a youth up into, you know, your early 20s that has kind of molded you into where you are now?
Well, you know, I think my mom molded me, you know what I'm saying, because she had me when she was young. So we would all be in the house, the crackheads, you know what I'm saying, because I'm from the 80s and 90s. The crackheads, you know what I'm saying, stole the TV, but left the radio.
So you're from that Snowfall era?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay, John Singleton, Snowfall.
So, you know, my mom, she just got this, she really the shit, you know what I mean, because she was like, yeah, they stole the TV, but we got the radio. Okay. So we sat around and we fucking sung, you know. It rained in the crib, you know, mom was like, fuck it, grab the bowls, and you know what I'm saying? So like, that survival shit is everything.
So as a teen, up until an early adult, what were you able to do to kind of create this Griff Grimey? Why are you grimy?
To be honest, man, that shit came from just the way this voice sound. It ain't cause I'm so far from a grimy motherfucker, it's crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, with the same past I'm telling you about, and with the motherfuckers I grew up with, or the environment of the fucking whole world, I should be grimy, but it just ain't in me.
Okay.
So instead I got this silly sounding ass voice.
Silly sounding voice. I mean, your voice is unique. So is your voice kind of what allowed
That's where the
you-
grimy came from.
Okay.
Your voice is grimy, dog. Not you a grimy nigga.
So with your voice being so grimy, is that what brought you into this music? Into this
Nah, man, I've been like I said, my mom, like, she would always like throw a nigga out there. Dance, sing. Just, you're a star. You're the strongest. You're the fastest. You're the best. You're everything.
Right.
That's what she told me.
Okay.
I got hernias fucking around with her. Mom, can I lift this? Hell yeah!
Okay.
You lifted it though. I seen it lift up. Back broke.
Okay.
So with that type of shit, it's here till recently I discovered, like, man, she got me.
Okay.
But it got me this far. But her shit, man, I thought I could do anything at any time. Especially rap.
Okay, so rap. So is that where you started in this industry with rap? Okay. So is rap what brought you to where you are? Like, kind of paint the picture for me.
Okay, so, you know, early in the morning, mom would go ahead and lick the fingertips, wipe the eyebrows out, digging the motherfucking blue magic, pound the grease, rub it on down my whole body. It's grease, lotion, and everything. I think it's soap too, cause I ain't hit no water. But when I got on the bus, cause back in the day, bullying was everything.
Right.
So when I get on the bus, the older niggas was like, boom, 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 you can rap. Because I grew up with the red, and I knew how to cuss at an early age. So all they wanted me to do was sit on the back of the bus, with the big kids and cuss.
Okay.
Freestyle, they beat on the window and shit.
Okay.
And I'm, they in high school and I'm in kindergarten.
Oh, so you doing this as a youngin'?
Yeah.
Okay. So you started with your mom kind of instilling that in you, making sure that, she instilled in you, regardless of your circumstance, you are the best in the world.
Yeah.
Nobody can stop you.
Nobody.
Okay. So then how did your music progress? Like, from being...
Well, my music progressed because, like, that's all I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is.
Right.
I mean, I got more.
Right.
But if anything was to run away from me, this shit is inside of me.
Okay.
Locked and loaded. And I say that because, like, mom would be at home drunk on the couch. I just snuck off to church.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's where all the homies at. So in church, they playing the music. I'm getting a vibe. I'm like, man, this shit here. And my pop was blind. He's another one. He might be bigger than my mom. So it's just that music always did something to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to could, I can't now. You know what I'm saying? But I used to could dance. I never really could sing, but anything with music, man. Starting from whatever.
So anything with music. So let's fast forward. Let's progress. So adolescence, music. Now, how did you end up on the West Coast? Paint that picture for me. If the audience could close their eyes and listen to what you're saying, paint that picture.
Well, remember back when I told you music was all I had?
Right.
Well, I remember being in prison, in the hole.
Oh.
And I be still making music off my chest. Because once I got out of jail, and I felt like I was done with music, the opportunity presented itself for me to be more than a rapper. The opportunity presented itself to me to be an A&R for a record label.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? At Universal. And, I got over there and I worked out, but the whole record label thing crashed and folded. So I was just out there at that point.
So as an A&R, what is it or what was it that you had to do?
As an A&R, it was like basically, man, develop artists, find artists, scout talent, develop them, make things happen. A&R does a lot.
So with you already being an artist, did you kind of go for more of the rapper, kind of the rapper with the story, or was it just you went out there just looking for talent?
I went out there looking for, honestly what I was looking for was who made the most noise on their own.
Okay. And noise meaning?
Meaning who had numbers, followers, videos, songs without a label, like how independent.
So let's rewind.
We
When
recorded
was
live
this? Like,
from the
what year was this?
This was 2014. I went to Cali in 2014.
So you're saying followers back in 2014?
That was Instagram.
The Instagram was there, but it wasn't as popping as it is
Well,
now.
I would go on World Star,
Okay.
and on World Star you would see how many views a video got.
Okay.
So, you know, I would go on there and check who had like high video views, or even go on YouTube, or just see who invested in themselves.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So that was 2014, and you've been on the West Coast. Are you still on the West Coast, or like what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm still on the West Coast.
So from 2014 to now, that's like 7 years. So within the 7 years, have you faced any adversity that's kind of caused you to manage?
Of course I faced adversity. The first adversity I faced is when I got to Cali. I didn't realize how expensive it was out there, and I ran through a bag.
Yeah, the cost of living is not the same.
And I went all the way down to zero.
Damn. Okay.
So just another thing I face is that, man, shit, everybody don't want you to like really be who you want to be.
Okay.
And I think that's the most important thing in life, is being who you.
So with you being at zero, did you decide, oh, okay, let me go back to the east, or you just like
I went back.
Connections? Like what did you do?
When I went down to zero, of course I went back to the east to get my bread up.
Mm-hmm.
But in the midst of all that, man, I met the homie, man, Lonnie Burrell.
Okay.
Shout out to Lonnie Burrell, man. Lonnie Burrell is a singer-songwriter from the West Coast, man. The nigga wrote everything. All I can say is just Google the nigga. He's done too much for me to sit here to name, from fucking Chris Brown to Jamie Foxx to anybody you can name, man. So,
I mean, I kind of know a little bit about Lonnie, and Lonnie Burrell has Ariana Grande and Kelly Rowland. Like his resume is crazy.
I said Google it.
So with you linking up with Lonnie Burrell, is he the only person that you have linked up with that kind of believed in you enough, or was there? Because I was reading your bio and I see AMG. What is that?
Well, I mean, just to keep it 100, Lonnie pulled me into AMG. I mean AMJ. AMJ is the label that I was on. That's for Art Malone Jr. Shout out to Art Malone Jr. as well, man. Me and Lonnie actually met him on the same day, but Art Malone Jr. That's like my godfather, the Godfather. And big shout to Art Malone Jr. Man, he's held me down a lot, and he's just an amazing guy.
So with the support of Art Malone, who I'm sure is great,
Yes, sir.
and the support of Lonnie, you have been able to do what?
With the support of Lonnie and Mr. Art Malone, I have been able to get professional releases. And what that means is, yeah, of course, Apple Music and all that, but everything. And you actually get paid.
Professional releases as far as, like, elaborate. Like,
As far as to the point where your song is being performed.
Jimmy Kimmel type shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So what?
So when your song goes on Jimmy Kimmel, you have to have licensing and all of that. You have to be registered to either ASCAP or BD. What's the other one? What's it called?
BMI.
BMI. I'm high.
Hey, we all get high, bro.
Right. But I'm telling y'all facts.
So you have BMI. You have.
I have ASCAP.
ASCAP.
I got BMI.
You got BMI. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. We in the BMI group.
Yeah.
We got BMI.
But hold on. I just told y'all about. Let me let y'all hear the first professional release that I ever came out.
Thank you.
And let me talk about this.
Okay.
Lonnie Burrell is friends with Kelly Rowland, and if you ever watched BET, she had a show on BET. What was it called?
Chasing Destiny.
Chasing Destiny. So me and Lonnie wrote their first single.
All of us. I mean, that's my shit. I'm coming with my best friend and my mommy and my cousins. Nigga, you dealing with all of us. That's the shit. So I feel that. I vibe with that. And that was definitely a while ago. However, I know Trina did the remix with that. So, you know, you were able to, you know.
Shout out to Trina for hopping on the remix of that.
Yeah, man, like that was some great shit right there. So with doing that, gratification? Because I mean, you shared you were in prison, living in what you did, or living in the environment of what you did, and I'm sure you did other things. Were there other things? Because I think I kind of saw you on one of the Westbrooks. I don't think we have the music.
Oh
for
yeah,
that, but you did something else prior to that. So this is kind of your second run-in with BET, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's my second run-in with BET. I do got the Westbrook song on YouTube, but yeah, man. Okay, so what was first? I think Morgan was first.
Morgan Westbrook.
So once again, okay, I ain't gonna keep talking about Lonnie around, but you know, my boy Lonnie hit me one day like we gotta go work with Morgan Westbrook, you know, and Morgan Westbrook is India's sister, India Westbrook, and it's like, you know, it's a bunch of they're all beautiful people, man.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Bree.
My boy Cash. Shout out my boy Cash.
Yeah.
And you know, we work with Morgan. You know, she was spitting, man. You know, you might catch Morgan on them motorcycles, popping willies. You know what I mean? She's straight out of Compton and all that. Go check her out on Instagram and shit.
Yeah, she just actually had a baby. Shout out to Morgan. She just had a baby on St. Patrick's Day. So you worked with her. You did some shit with her. How was that experience?
Man, that was so dope, man. Morgan is so cool, man. She was riding around the studio on a hoverboard. Super focused, you know what I'm saying? She was just so determined
from the track
to put out some dope shit. And she did.
So you did Morgan, BT.
Yeah.
You did all of us, Chasing Destiny. These girls, June's Diary, are amazing.
Oh, man.
They have done so much shit since what you worked with initially with Lonnie. So shout out to you for that.
Thank
so
you.
after that, while you were still doing that, were you still Griff Grimey, or did you then transfer over to Jermaine Griffin? When was that evolution?
You know, Griff Grimey is, you know, that's always. Jermaine Griffin came when, you know, they asked me, what do I put on this check?
Right, give me my money.
And the checks go to me.
Okay.
The check goes to Jermaine Griffin.
Okay. So then,
Government.
so Jermaine Griffin is what kind of got you to the writing aspect of it. So we got Morgan, we got Paula's June's Diary, you worked with Lonnie Burrell. Now, what else have you done since?
I've worked with so many. I've been in the studio with so many legendary people.
So let us.
I've been in the studio with Teddy Riley. I've been in the studio.
Oh, Mr. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been in the studio with Casey Haley of Jodeci.
Oh yeah.
Actually, written some songs from the album should have dropped this year. Chris Brown. 7th Street, Jamie Foxx, Trey Songz, Mickey Martin, Good Game.
I know. There was a connection with you and King Chip, Mr. Alligator Crocodile.
King Chip from Cleveland. Shout out to Chip.
Okay.
Man, there's so many people, man. I'm gonna keep faking because I don't want to miss somebody.
I read up on
Tyrese. Yeah, man. So just to see all that process of how they do their thing, man, has been a blessing to me. Because for real, I never thought I would just be in the studio with these people. You know what I'm saying? Kelly Rowland.
I think I vaguely remember a few years back. I think when you first came on, since then you said Jimmy Kimmel. What Jimmy Kimmel did you do? Like what was that?
Well, the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing is because he was he had Snoop on there doing his album, and where I come in on that is I wrote like 4 songs off of that album. It was a gospel album, but trust me, it's a banger. You can bang it. It might make you feel good. Listen to it. Make me feel good. Everybody go check that Snoop Dogg Bible of Love out real quick.
Okay, alright, Bible of Love. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. So with that,
we reporting live from the track.
That there was a lot of, you know, accolades and recognitions given to him. And so tell this audience, what did that Bible of Love on the Billboard Gospel charts, what did it peak at?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Okay, so coming from Delaware, I was able to be a part of a project that was #1 on billboards for 7 weeks.
Did you hear that, people? It was what?
It's funny. It was #1 on billboard for 7 weeks.
#1. Can we get some applause for that? Can we get some applause for that? Yes.
So,
yes.
If I was the type that talk my shit, I could say I'm a platinum songwriter. But I'm too humble for that.
That's what the fuck we want to hear, nigga.
Talk this shit. So, coming from Delaware, now I want people to realize that it doesn't matter where you start. So coming from Delaware, coming from the beginnings that you shared with us, to now share that you are a what?
Platinum songwriter.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
#1 on billboards.
Absolutely. So pretty much anything is possible.
And if you think it's cap, you can look it up.
So anything is possible.
For the cappers and the trolls. For the cappers and the
You can
trolls.
look it up.
Okay. So
Or
this
you can just go
was
on my Facebook and scroll down my timeline.
pre-COVID that Bible of Love happened. And you know, unfortunately COVID kind of shut down a lot of shit that was going on just within music, within film, entertainment. However, COVID didn't kind of slow you down at all.
Man, listen, as long as you breathing, you shouldn't nothing slow you down.
Right. So what have you done since COVID?
I mean, shoot, I've been doing the same thing I was doing before COVID. I even had another release off the dude. He's an actor. His name is Paige. He was on the Megalodon. He's like the only black dude on all these movies. That Paige Kennedy. And yeah, man, he got a dope album. Snuck a little release out on me. A little fire project.
So you were part of that. So
Also, I'm working with Snoop's daughter. Oh, she got some fire, man.
So hold on. You can't just skip past that. So you working with Snoop's daughter, who I know she had some hits when she was like 9. So she has to be like an adult, like 20.
Yeah, she grown woman now. She talking that shit. Shout out to Chop.
You working with Chop? So you got some hot shit with Chop. I mean, I know I did see recently she was, you know, doing some shit on Instagram and posting in the studio. So and actually Lonnie was in some of those videos. So you still fucking with Lonnie? That's still your
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm still, listen, man, if you want to work, I'm fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So from Delaware, we have you, of course, but have you linked up with anybody else from Delaware who's kind of making moves in the industry right now?
Man, yeah, my brother, Ben Billions. That's
Yeah.
That's
Shout out Ben Billions.
that's the producer of my lifetime.
Khaled, another one. Yes.
He produced everything, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? We from Delaware, baby.
So you and Ben Billions have, of course, you have history with him. That's your brother. So you guys are pretty much, other than, you know, our president of the United States, Biden, you guys are really trying to bring Delaware, the first state, you're trying to bring it to the forefront of you know, talent in the industry. Is that what you're doing or what?
Shit, we low key running this shit.
Oh.
Shout out to Starra. You know what I'm saying? Between Starra, between Ben Billions, between Jimmy Allen, and little old me just sweeping up and mopping the floor in the background. Man, shit, man, we getting it done.
Nigga, speaking of background, you know, before we end, I do want to say I saw when Snoop got his start on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and he did his speech, I want to thank me, which is legendary. I did see on his page, he was in a picture with DOC, I believe.
Yeah.
And it looked like
Me.
you were in the background.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So, hey, I don't know how it happened, because if you ever seen the picture, I'm looking way out the window like, I can't believe I'm right here with Snoop right now.
Right.
And the photographer just took a picture.
Right.
And it was classic.
Okay.
It was classic, like.
That has to be an experience. And then I remember seeing fairly recently, I don't know where he was walking to or walking from, but I do remember seeing Jamie Foxx with a lot of his, you know, entourage and Lonnie Burrell. And
you know what we was walking to and walking from?
Are in the background.
We was walking from the dressing room to him. We was working on Beat Shazam. Well, he was working on Beat Shazam. And Beat Shazam is a game show on
Fox.
It's on Fox and everything.
Right.
You know, man, like I said, man, through Lonnie Burrell, he got some of the bestest friends in the world, and Jamie Foxx is one of them, man. And Jamie Foxx has always been kind to me, man. And Jamie Foxx is a real one, like.
Great guy, great guy, great guy. Shout out to Jamie Foxx.
And so what you seen was us coming from the dressing room, going to the stage.
Going to the stage somewhere.
Yeah,
going to the stage. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking, on social media and seeing all that you have been able to be a part of, it definitely is memorable and legendary. And I would hope that you and people that you are working with that have gone through so much, you want to be change agents and you want to plant the change you want to see in the world.
That's what it's all about.
So what planting do you see yourself doing?
We report live from the track.
Whether it's working with youth, whether it's, music, what is it that you feel that you are doing to plant a generation of greatness?
Well, kind of like you touched on earlier, like, when you're famous, it's a bunch of people that don't know you, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's for the people that do know me, you know what I'm saying? And for the people that do know me, the only change that I can plant is just, nigga, look. You know what I'm saying, nigga? The one thing I'm not doing is selling crack or like doing, not saying, I'm just saying, like, you seen a nigga that was doing that shit, and now you see him like, just full steam ahead on some other shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just like with selling crack or working a 9 to 5 or even this shit, there's always some shit trying to stop you, you know what I mean? Right. Whether it's financial or, well, I'm just gonna say the devil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Say it.
So, and we all know what the devil come to do. He only come to do 3 things.
Kill, steal, and
destroy.
Absolutely.
Nothing good, so.
Absolutely.
Fuck the devil.
So, before we kind of, wrap it up, I do know you did some shit with Rock Nation. You mentioned KC. Tell us about that. What's that?
Oh yeah. Hey yo, KC, man. K man, listen, anybody that invite me in their home, I love you.
Right.
KC and his wife Sandy, shout out to Miss Sandy. They fly me down to good old Charlotte, Carolina.
North Carolina.
Man, they invite me in their home, and just to walk into there and see all the, like, man, that's the home of a legend.
Right.
Like where babies was made to this cat. But let me tell you something, doing some real shit, like all jokes aside, he's changed. Changed.
Okay. I mean, and that's a blessing, and I can't wait to see. You said that there's some shit coming out.
Man, the man blowing, man. His pipes is phenomenal.
So what he has going, and I know recently we, just lost a legend in the gospel community, Mr. Rance Allen. Rest in peace to Rance Allen. His 3-piece suits, his seersucker suits was definitely
I got to see that
a staple.
in person.
How was it working with Rance Allen?
Hey yo, that was dope. So on this day, Mr. Rance's, hair is just silky silver, shoe just shiny, like straight out of like the 50s or 60s, whatever, and a voice truly from heaven.
Yes.
And I got to watch him do his thing, OG style, man. And it was a blessing. But on that same day, I got to see Mike Epps and Tommy Davidson. And who else was it? I think that was it one more comedian? Anyway, it's on the Blessing Me Again video for Snoop. Yeah, man. I've been saying, like, I don't want to die, but I could, because I used to always, like, talk about this shit. You know what I mean? Like, before I went to, like, as a kid, like, LL Cool J, Dougie Fresh, and then, it's crazy because when I was, in my devilish mood, I was what I rapped about, you know what I'm saying? And then when I went to pay my dues and went to jail for that, in jail, I told niggas when I get out, I'ma do something. I thought it was gonna be rap or like party, or I was like, I'm gonna do something. I'ma fuck him up. I went back to jail, but even when I went back, I said, you know what? I'ma fuck him up this time. And this time, I fucked him up.
So there was another plan. Regardless of whatever you thought your life was gonna be, it was clearly ordained for something greater.
Man, cause I got, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people think they got friends on earth, but I got friends in heaven.
Absolutely. 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 I know that I kind of remember vaguely seeing you in like a referee suit. And was that like
shout out to J-Do.
Was that a J-Do?
Yo, shout out to my boy J-Do, man.
Busta Rhymes, J-Do, is that
oh,
what that was?
shit. Go on my Facebook, though. Hey, yo. So, damn it, Lonnie, you motherfucker. Lonnie, that's what you gonna hear.
Yes.
So, Lonnie, you know, Lonnie's best friend, songwriter J-Do, Pussycat, the Identity King. Just another motherfucker.
I like that group.
Yeah, he just another dude that, you know what I'm saying, just done wrote for everybody. And, Buster signed him. He signed with Buster. So if you go on my Facebook, I don't really be posting a lot, but you will see this. I stopped posting so much. Because the more you post, I don't really be posting a lot, but you will see this. I stopped posting so much. Because the more you post, the more motherfuckers think you got money, and that is not the case. It just means your phone is in your hand at the right time. That's all that.
Say that.
But you will see a nigga with Buster. And Buster's, you know, scared the shit out of me.
Well, what you mean? What you mean?
Yo, Buster don't like no straight.
You can't just ease past that. Like, tell us.
Buster don't like no new niggas in the studio, man.
Okay.
Yo, who the fuck is this guy? Lonnie, I'm gonna go outside, man. This nigga Buster's kind of big, his voice is deep, and it's just Buster, man. But nah, Buster cool, man, but Buster's on point.
He dropped the album too.
It was
He dropped the album too.
Oh, that album was fire. Lonnie's on the album. Along with everybody else. But so yeah, I was blessed to be in the studio with Buster, be on stage with Buster, go to Buster's daughter's basketball game.
Wow. You've experienced a lot.
Yeah, I was at the hospital when Kelly Rowland had her son, Big Titan.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
And hold on, you say you came out to California in 14?
Yeah.
And here it is 21.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from the outside looking in, you've accomplished more than a lot of motherfuckers who've been kind of knocking at that door of success. So, where do you think, like, who would you contribute, other than God, of course, contribute that to? Like, what would you contribute your, I don't want to say luck, your blessings to?
Man, I contribute my blessings to, like I've said, you know, my mother, my guardians, to, you know, where my mother, you know, she had me young, so she had to go get her party on for a little bit. So when she went and did that, I had some guardians, you know what I'm saying, took care of me and baby sis, you know, every day just do a song with everybody, rap, country, R&B, gospel, rock and roll. Let's get it, man, one time. Let me help you create.
Help you create. So, I mean, this is my last question. I don't know if anyone else in here has another question, but for me, my last question would be, if you were able to create your own verses, what two artists would you want to see in a verses?
Probably Jermaine Griffin versus Griff Grimey.
I love it.
You know,
I love it.
the stuff I wrote versus the stuff I spit. You be like, this can't be the same nigga.
Okay.
This nigga rapping this shit and then Jesus loves you, or R&B stuff, like, or whatever, whatever, man. It's just, you know, because like that's the thing, like, man, fuck being stuck in a box of creativity when it's all entertainment and it's, you know, it's real to a point, but you know what I mean, like, yeah, like.
But at the end of the day, it's me versus me, just different versions.
Yeah, because that's what it is in real life. When it's versus, it's not me versus the next motherfucker.
Right.
Because that's no competition. You know, it's just me versus me.
Okay. That's it. I mean, I appreciate it. I definitely want to hear what song from the Bible of Love comes to mind that you would want to close us out with. But I
want to close. So I'm gonna close this out with "Come As You Are," and you know, this song came about, you know, Snoop would always come in the room and he would just have a conversation with us. And just the things he would say would be like, that's a whole song right there. So he would be telling us how his mom or grandma would be like, yo, they had people coming in off the streets, you know what I mean? And you know, it do say somewhere, come as you are. So, me and Lonnie, you know, we was like, shit, it don't matter if you from the streets, because everybody in the church from the streets anyway.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Why would they need to go to the church?
Yeah. And who you think Jesus hung with?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I told them
The wise man.
But all of Jesus' disciples had something going on. Like, one of them was a drunk, one was a fornicator. Every one of Jesus' disciples had some type of sin with them. So like, come at you up. Right. Come on, man. Judas was on his team before he turned. Like, come on, man.
Right.
And even not to be like all super duper religious. Like, if you're gonna come as you are. You gonna come at me, come as you are. Anything, don't be nobody else. Be who you are.
Be you.
Come as you are. And work on yourself. So we gotta play Come As You Are.